In this video, I wanted to show you how I incorporated Fortnite into my math class. Okay, you can see here in Canvas, which is a learning management system, I have quite a few things listed. All right, so I'm going to talk about those. But for me, it begins here. It begins with something I call Pong, which I just throw together in Google. This is my weekly practice sheet. It's usually two-sided, and we're at that time of the year where I'm really just throwing a bunch of stuff at them, you know, to prepare for the year of end test, that sort of thing, just to make sure everything's still in their brains, ready to move on to the 6th grade. Now, normally, this would just be broken up by day. So Monday would have a couple of rows, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc. For the entire week. But I changed it up. Okay, so on Monday, they had 10 problems. Now, this ran over into Tuesday also, so I didn't shove all of these down their throats in one day. Although, I mean, honestly, they probably could accomplish it. But given the fact that we were also doing some sort of Fortnite activity, I didn't want to rush it. All right, so I had to think at this time of year, how do I get them all to keep practicing problems? Because some of them will have to retake the end-of-year test. And so I need to engage them. And I also wanted there to be some peer tutoring going on in class. So I knew that they would help each other if there was a competition. Okay? So that's Fortnite. And Fortnite has locations that you can travel to. And Fortnite's been around for a couple of years now, and it has what are called seasons. And with each season, there's usually changes to the map and to the gameplay, or they add new things to the game, that sort of thing. So let me start right up here with a damage wheel. So honestly, I just went over to Wheel Decide, which is a website, and I created a wheel. And you can see it has some damage. So we randomly select damage as they are battling group against group, okay? And then the next thing is points. So I just created a Google Slides with the groups in my class. So my tables have classic video game names, okay? And they had a team leader, and they have health, they have shields, all right? So there's some points being lost based on the damage wheel. I also, on the lockers, have these, which has obviously been cut, and I put one on each locker. And this is just a problem. It's the same problem that is on the Pong. Okay, so they go, and each group has an iPad, and they scan the problem. They work on it. When they're finished with it, they raise their hands. I randomly, because I have a die that will randomly select one of them to come back and show me the problem. That way they don't always know who I'm going to call back. Okay, they have to bring me their work, and it gives me a chance to just sort of look over everyone's paper and make sure they're doing okay. If they get it right, they get to choose one of these items, and these items come from the game. Okay, and in Canvas, I have cited. You'll be able to, well, you won't be able to, but I promise, I have cited where I got these from. All of these come from the game, which is developed and published by Epic Games. And I got this from Gamepedia, I believe. Gamepedia, who has a page on Fortnite. Okay, so they get to choose one of these, and they go back to their group, and they scan and keep working on the next problem. It gives me a chance to check their problems as they go. Plus, it engages them in the problems. Plus, there's peer tutoring because they want to be able to move on to the next one. Plus, they're just excited about what they're doing, right? And so once we've gone through a few problems, actually, I think in the beginning it was just 2 problems. Solve 2 problems, then we're going to pause. Then we're going to come over here. You have to choose. Your group will choose which location to go to, and they click on it, and when they click on it, it takes them to a Canvas quiz. Okay, in that Canvas quiz, I just have some random problems on a variety of topics. Not the same ones from the Pong, it's different. And it gives them a chance to review a very basic type of skills like factors and simplifying fractions, that sort of thing. But it's timed and it's meant to be quick, almost like they're in a shootout at these locations. They total up at the table. They total up their quiz scores. And if, say, 2 groups are here at Dusty Depot, then we compare their scores, and whoever has the high score wins, right? And then I will roll the damage wheel for the other team, and I will take their points off. And then I go to the next group, okay? If there were people at Pleasant Park, they were there. Now, what happens if 2 teams pick Pleasant Park, 2 teams pick Tomato Town, 1 team goes to Moisty Mire, and 1 team goes to Greasy Grove? Well, I told them these 2 have no one to battle, so in this particular game, they're going to get caught in the storm. Okay, and in the game, there's a storm that is, I would say it's circular. It's not circular. Only the circle is without a storm, and that circle shrinks, and it forces everyone into the same location, right? So you get closer and closer to each other, so you have to eventually battle. So I tell them that you face damage because, well, you chose somewhere that's all by itself, so the storm has got you first. And it just takes a few points, and then they're back in the next round, right? So I really just pick some images of Fortnite. There's no Fortnite. There's no real, like, shooting or anything like that. But they have these objects. And the kids, they go nuts for Fortnite. So with this theme, with the fact that I have this wheel, I had some kids absolutely boggled by how I have this cool damage wheel, and I just made it over at wheel decide and embedded it. Easy. And then to have the map and the icons, they just couldn't get enough of it. I could probably keep going. I could have Season 2 next week, Season 3, etc., and end my year with Fortnite. I may, but I'm the type that gets bored. I'm probably going to try to think up a different video game and make something new. We'll see. All right, so that's how I did it. That's how I incorporated Fortnite. Okay, it wasn't that big of a... it wasn't a lot of work on my part, right? I just copied and pasted some images and got this map. This map, by the way, with these icons, I did this in H5P, h5p.org. Fantastic site where you can do things like this and a whole host of other things. And it works really well with Canvas, which I love. So anyway, that's there. It's an idea, incorporate it if you'd like. Have some fun with it. I know the kids will. So good luck, have fun, and thanks for watching.